Unshackled. How Ally Colleen is forging her own country music identity. It's not often that the daughter of one of the best-selling artists of all time comes forward to redefine her name in music. But that's exactly what Ally Colleen, Garth Brooks' 28-year-old youngest daughter, is doing. In a recent interview, she spoke candidly about her struggle to be seen for who she really is, not as an appendage of her legendary father, but as a full-fledged artist in her own right. Growing up in the spotlight. To understand why Ally feels the way she does, it helps to imagine the kind of pressure she grew up under. Her father, Garth Brooks, has long reigned as one of the most powerful figures in country music, holding high among the top all-time sales lists and delivering show-stopping live performances time and again. As a result, from an early age, Ally was burdened with expectations, subtle and explicit, that came with her family name. She recalls being boxed in by the industry, labeled not by her own voice but by her parentage. "It's like a just like this really hard label that nobody will move," she tells outlets, describing how she's perpetually seen as a product's daughter. Imagine how that feels, as if your own name, your own voice, were relegated to a footnote, your identity reduced to the daughter of, rather than an artist with a story to tell. A daughter, but not her father's echo. In the interview, Ally made a bold, definitive statement. "I don't represent him at all. I'm not going to fit in that box. They're not going to like me in there." That single comment underlines a major theme in her career, to stand out on her own terms. She doesn't aspire to rehash her dad's famous hits. "Now all of a sudden everyone thinks Friends in Low Places is going to be in my set. And it's not," she says, dismissing the assumption that she'll simply be a live jukebox version of Garth Brooks. It's clear she feels tethered by legacy, the notion that her voice should mimic his, that her brand should match his. But Ally is building something that is unmistakably hers, an alternate path through the country landscape that's authentic to her own experiences, influences, and creativity. Redefining the product label. Interestingly, Ally acknowledges the power of the Brooks name. She says, "Garth Brooks is a product that has been molded and shaped and worked for, and I am a fan of it. I love what it represents." She respects the legacy, close to 3 decades of music, countless fans, and global impact. But she draws a firm line when it comes to being conflated with it. That's what it is. Garth Brooks is a product. Ally Colleen is a product. I've worked really hard on it. It's shelving, it's packaging, it's what it represents. I'm not a byproduct of Garth Brooks. He's just my dad and we love each other. In her eyes, the surname isn't a free pass or an elevator. It's simply a shared family name. What she's building as Ally Colleen is the product of her own blood, sweat, sleepless nights, writing songs, and forging connections in the industry. Battling assumptions, geographic and financial. Ally even gets candid about how location and family wealth color outsiders' perceptions of her work ethic and authenticity. "In Oklahoma, you're just always a daughter. You're always someone who's probably never worked very hard for anything. You're always someone who probably has all of our finances taken care of." It's like being prejudged, not because of what she's done or who she is, but simply because of who her father is. For some, the assumption follows that she didn't work her way up. That privilege is her only entry point. The implication is that she never had to knock on doors, bus tables, or write songs, because the family name is an all-access pass. But she's been clear, that's not the Ally she is. She insists she's one of the hardest-working people behind the mic. Whether it's long hours in the studio, endless songwriting sessions, or building relationships, one small venue and opening gig at a time. A firm boundary between personal and professional. While she's distancing her music from her father's legacy, Ally also makes it clear on a deeply personal level she loves him. She recently posted a touching Father's Day note. "Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there doing their best to raise strong, independent babies. Sorry I got the best one, Dad. I love you more than a lifetime could convey. You're the best." There it is in black and white. A daughter's profound love for her father. The shift isn't about distancing, resentment, or protest, it's about professional clarity. On stage and in marketing materials, she wants to be Ally Colleen, the singer, the songwriter, the standalone performer. Put simply, Garth Brooks the icon, Ally Colleen the creator. Striking a balance in public perception. Ally is not alone in this journey. Her grandma has had similar experiences, notably in a music industry star system built on pedigree. What sets Ally apart is her open conversation about it, Her willingness to dive in and say, yes, the name helped open doors, but I have to walk through them myself. That honesty shines through when she speaks about alliances and expectations. Transparency about the tension she faces when entering spaces. Hidden hierarchies that name-drop her father before asking about her craft. A nuanced view of privilege. She doesn't shy away from acknowledging industry advantages while still insisting her path is entirely her own. A thoughtful balance between professional independence and familial pride, something not every star kid can manage so openly. What this means for her career. How will all this play out? Her music, her sound. Expect an authentic overlapping of influences, maybe contemporary country, folk, singer-songwriter vibes that feels honest and fresh. She's building an acoustic signature sound, not echoing pop crossover ballads or large arena anthems. Touring smaller venues. You likely won't find her headlining giant arenas yet. She's gravitating toward intimate spaces where she can connect with fans face-to-face, share stories between songs, and build a grassroots following. Songwriting and collaborations. Rather than leaning on dad's writers or producers, she's writing her own songs and seeking producers who align with her voice. She's not just borrowing credentials, she's earning them. Personal branding and marketing. Her brand is being sculpted around Ally Colleen, not Garth's daughter. Promotional materials, tour posters, social media bios, all reflect that. Industry positioning. She wants to be seen as an emerging artist building momentum, not as a legacy act waiting in the wings. She's arguing, uniquely, that her identity doesn't come from a last name. It comes from the life she's cultivated around music. Pushing back on byproduct stereotypes. There's a powerful chorus to what she's saying here. Celebrity children often face two extremes. The doors open wide, instantly signed because of lineage, or they're immediately dismissed as unoriginal, as if carrying a last name is an automatic mark against creativity. Ally is quietly rebelling against both. She's not demanding handouts, but asking to be judged on her own merit. And her pushback is incisive. I've worked really hard on it. There's not even an Ally in the title. I'm an adjective of the noun. That's crazy. In more direct terms, she's tired of being called Garth Brooks' daughter. She wants to be Ally Colleen. The broader cultural conversation. What Ally is saying resonates across many fields: acting, politics, business, where inheritances and family names influence opportunity. When does privilege become a purrender? When does lineage overshadow individual ambition? Ally's approach offers a blueprint. Recognize lineage as resource, not entitlement. Build your credentials on effort and authenticity, not family reputation. Separate private identity from professional persona with grace. Accept support from family, moral, emotional, even financial, while insisting on independence. This could ripple through how agent scouts, record labels, festival bookers, and playlist creators see rising talent like Ally. Her message could begin to shift the paradigm. Legacy kids aren't freebies. They're people with voices worth hearing. What this doesn't mean. It's worth calling out some myths. She's not dissing her dad. Far from it. In both her career and her personal Instagram, Ally repeatedly affirms her love and admiration for Garth, and he praises her hard work in interviews. She has tons of financial advantage. Sure, but she's not using it to buy influence in songwriting rooms or studio seats. She might afford lessons, gear, or travel, but that doesn't equate to record deals or streaming traction. Those are earned. She's not a talentless fortune child, as some cynics might say. Her voice carries experience. Her songs carry the weight of a songwriter who has sat down with guitar and pen. People who've seen her onstage speak of genuine emotion and connection, not nepotistic staging. The starting point: understanding Ally's vision. Own the room. She's not asking to inherit a stage, she wants permission to occupy it. Speak from the soul. She wants her lyrics and melodies to reflect her life, not a family archive. Be judged fairly, not by association, but by artistic merit, intent, and resonance. That's her vision, and it takes guts in an industry built on legacy. But the flip side is this: when she succeeds, it's entirely because she did it, not because she was born Brooks. What comes next? New singles. Anticipate track drops, digital releases that showcase her storytelling and musicianship. Pandemic-era opportunity. COVID disrupted everyone's path. Ally took advantage through live streams, tighter songwriting circles, and fine-tuning her brand. Tour alignment. She might open for artists in the Americana or singer-songwriter space, nurturing the right audience. Media narrative: expect more interviews where she stakes her claim not to knock Dad's voice, but to amplify her own. Final thoughts: a legacy of love, independence, and voice. Aline Colleen is navigating a complex terrain. The heart of love for her father and a heart of ambition for her own music. She's walking a tightrope, honoring legacy without being bound by it. That takes artistic clarity and personal strength. In asking the industry, please stop putting me in a box I don't fit into, she's making a plea that's actually for thousands of artists who arrive with names, faces, or backgrounds and struggle to be seen. Her demand to be her own artist, to be taken on her own terms, isn't just a personal declaration. It's quietly transformative. She's not rejecting her roots, she's redefining them. Watch closely. Aline Colleen isn't just Garth Brooks' daughter. She's Aline Colleen, musical storyteller, lyrical poet, performer in her own right, building a career not on last names or legacy, but on music that belongs to her.